about 6:30 in the morning, and the chickens are just starting to wake up. Their door just opened, so they're like coming out onto the yard. Already one's made it into the garden. I don't usually shoot videos in the morning like this, but I thought it would be fun to do something different. Oh, Brucey. Bruce is back to his normal self after his operation. Bruce was fixed last week, and we know that's what's best for him, but he wasn't very happy about it for a few days. Right now he's hollering at me because he wants his breakfast. He is more demanding than my children when it comes to that. I'm gonna make coffee this morning, and then I am going to put some breakfast in the oven, and at that point I will have about 20 minutes to go outside and milk Dot, the one doe that I have that is in milk. When I got her, she was used to being milked at night, but I milked her in the evening and then in the morning until I could drop the evening and get her on the routine of being milked in the morning, because that's when I like to milk. You'll see the remainder of the tomato harvest back here. We pulled all the plants out, and that's what was left on them. And then in these buckets are random bits of peppers. Like, most of these are nowhere near full. Hey, do you need to go outside? Go potty. It's a little brisk this morning. Like, definitely, it's just slightly chilly. I love that feeling when you're just on the cusp of the seasons changing, where it's almost like you're sitting on the fence between the two. And early in the morning, it definitely feels like fall out here. But this afternoon, it'll be warm enough to not really feel like fall. Oh, hey Benny, good morning. Breakfast time. Good morning, sweet Maya.
Good morning, sweet Jessica.
Colin is having his breakfast. Maya just took stuff out of the freeze dryer and packaged it up. Look at the bouquet that he picked the other day and arranged. Isn't that pretty? You did a great job, Maya. What you got there?
Raspberries.
Freeze dried raspberries. Nice.
Smell great.
So, plans changed from when I originally woke up, and Nana came in and made the kids some pancakes for breakfast. I put some trays of bacon in the oven, and they came out. So everybody else has already eaten at this point, and I'm about to go out and milk the goat. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. How are you? They're not coming. That'll do it. I'm still having to have Maya help me get this goat on the stand. I don't know if it's because we switched her to morning milking versus evening milking, and evening was what she was used to. But she's not quite adjusted to the idea of milking and like readily getting on the stand in the morning, which is so weird because she actually did really great the first couple times I milked her, but it was in the evening. So I think it's just the fact that we've shifted it that's messed her up. She does not readily get on the stand for me. She has to be lifted on, and she's a little heavy for me to pick up. Milking right now does not take very long because it's just one doe and she produces about a quart. Usually it takes longer for her to finish eating than it actually takes for me to milk her out. Come on, love. Get on in there. It's so weird because she fights us to get in, and as soon as her head goes through the head stall, she starts eating, and then she's fine. Thank you, baby.
I'm gonna go grab some zip ties and pick up.
My milk stall is still kind of a mess right now. It really needs a good like deep cleaning. Because of that, I'm actually milking directly into this milk pail and just kind of putting the teat down into it and squeezing, and that way there's just not any risk of contamination and stuff. Oh, this girl. Hey, we're not doing that. Stop it. Stop it. Now that the camera's on, she's gonna be a butt. Another thing that I've been doing, it's not necessarily my typical way of milking, is just squirting the first squirt or two out onto the milk stand. And then whenever I'm done, I take the water that I'm washing her teeth with and just wash it off. I'm also just milking one side at a time right now because she's still just a touch kicky. Oh, there, demonstrated. Nice, thank you very much, Dot. Plus, she just doesn't have a whole lot, so it doesn't take very long to milk out both sides, even if I'm doing one side at a time. Okay, I'm gonna start the other side. She might fuss a little. There we go. I feel like she's given a little more this morning. She has the last couple of mornings. You know, stuff like moving a goat, changing their diet, all of that can affect milk supply. So even though she's only been giving about a quart, I think she probably has the capacity for better production than that. Honey, stop the weaning. Right. I don't know. Maybe that's about a quart. Now I'm gonna wash her teats back off after milking just to make sure that we're not introducing any bacteria. Good and clean. Girly, stop it. And now I just wait for her to finish her breakfast. I actually feed the rest of the goats that are in this yard, the other Nubians that are in this yard, all in the trough when I let her out, so she gets to double dip a little bit, but feeding her alone in here just makes sure she's getting all the nutrition she needs while she's producing milk, which will keep her as healthy as possible, but then also make sure that our milk supply is as good as it can be. What's up?
Nothing, just checking out my milkmaid. What's up, milkmaid?
You need to stop. Hey, girls. Oh, hi. Good morning, sweetheart. You little sweetie. Good morning, Gretchen Wieners. Hello, Gabriel. Hey, girls. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Marley. Hello, Tori. Sweetheart. You getting a petty? You go, girl. All right. We are out of goat food. Hey, we're out of goat food.
I think we have some in the tack room. I just have to mix it up.
Oh, I was thinking that was strange that we were out, so it just has to be mixed.
Yeah, I've got it all in bags. We only mix one round at a time because in case it gets wet.
Oh, okay. Well, can I feed them out of what I have in the milk stall? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just go mix it up.
All right, thank you. We actually mix our own goat food out of 4 components, which we buy at a local feed place that is produced locally. And it's like a regular goat pellet, a dairy goat pellet, a sweet feed, and alfalfa pellets. And the reason why we do that is because when you buy feed, sometimes like the store won't have something for whatever reason, like there was a mistake or just a shortage or whatever, and like one of those bags will be out. Now, if all you feed your goat is dairy goat pellets, and then you go to buy your feed for the month or the week or however often you buy it, and they're out of dairy goat pellets and you need it, then you have to feed your goat something different. Goats are ruminants, and their rumens can be thrown off by a very drastic change in their feed. The reason why we mix our own is because if we go and the dairy goat pellets are off, we can substitute it with a different dairy goat pellet, and 3/4 of their feed stays the same, so it's not a drastic change. And that's how we've done it for the, I guess, going on 6 years that we've had goats now. And that works well for us. Y'all think? You ready to eat? Look at them. Like a gang. They're standing here watching me, waiting to ambush when I come out with this. All right. Hold the bucket high. All right, now I'm gonna go strain this. If it had been hotter outside, I would have gone and strained this milk first and then come back out and fed them, but it's pretty cool out here this morning, so I'm not worried about waiting an extra 5 minutes to strain it. Hello, Poppy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So last week we were having to go out and gather eggs like at meal times because we wouldn't have enough in the house to cook something, and our new layers are starting to lay, so we're getting more and more eggs. We're no longer having a shortage. I'm straining this, put a little filter in here, and I'm just gonna pour the milk through. It's not quite a quart. I'm gonna stick this in the freezer for about an hour to flash cool it, and then I'll put it in the fridge and I'll be ready to use. It's a little later in the morning. Look at this. Sunflower bed is in its full glory. Very extraordinary. I'm just running down here real quick to get the eggs out of the coop because I'm trying to get an idea of how many we're getting. So I'm checking in the morning and the evenings. Oh my goodness, I should have brought your breakfast, you big loud things. Holy smokes. Okay, good morning, good morning. I'd like to shut the door. Are you coming out? Well, come on. All right. That is a pretty full egg basket. That's 2 dozen eggs, well 23, so almost 2 dozen. I actually don't even know exactly how many chickens we have. I should probably count, I should know that. But our new layers are definitely laying, because prior to this, we really only had one breed and then a few other ones, so most all of our eggs looked the same. And we're starting to get some that look a little bit different, like this kind of like pinkish, a heavy bloom egg. There are a few of those. And also, this is really typical of new layers, but this egg is really large. I don't know if you can tell how big this is. That's probably got 2 yolks in it, and that's really typical of new layers. They're still kind of figuring out how to do things, but 2 dozen this morning almost. The whole farm is singing the breakfast song. So this space is going to change a little bit today. I'm going to be sowing some seeds in here, as well as tearing out a little bit of the summer stuff. Some things I'm going to leave, some of the things that are really productive that we're still using real regularly, but a good deal of it I'm going to go ahead and take out. It's kind of one of those hard things. I could leave it and possibly get more peppers, but I really need to take it out to get some of the stuff in so it can be producing by the time the days get shorter. These brassica beds are looking really great though. I'm actually planning on doing that work out here today. I'm gonna have to go change. The mornings are very fallish, but it's definitely going to warm up today. And I'm gonna get some work done. We're really about to start kind of beautifying this space a little bit. We're gonna hang some lights. We've got to run electricity down here, and really kind of getting ready for winter. Now, right now, our lows at night are in the low 50s. So peppers don't really care for that very much. So to get the most out of these, we're going to need to start closing this up at night. But it's too warm during the day to leave it closed for the brassicas, or they're gonna end up going to seed too quickly. So we're gonna kind of do that dance over the course of the next 5 or 6 weeks, but it's okay, it's part of it. And it'll be worth it whenever we're eating food that we grew all year long. I'm gonna go inside, make myself some breakfast. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning. I bless you. Until next time.